By the end of today's episode, you'll know how to stop getting pulled into unhealthy competition in the acting industry and how to build a calmer system that actually moves your career forward. Welcome to the Actor's Career Compass, where we help aspiring screen actors find high-quality auditions, sign with great agents, and book major roles in legit productions. I'm your host, Martin Benson, and today I'll be covering why the acting world often feels like a constant fight, the hidden damage that competition can cause in your performances, and a simple system for building your career without burning yourself out. So I almost got run over by a truck driver recently. I have a small sedan, and a couple weeks ago I was driving home from the studio here. I merged over just as this gigantic 18-wheeler also merged over from behind me. I was sort of moving into the middle lane, and he was kind of coming up from the left lane into the middle. Anyway, he slammed on his horn as though I had cut him off, even though the lane was clear. I had no idea that he was about to merge into it at the same time as me. So suddenly he swerves back into the left lane, then he speeds up, he gets right next to me, and he suddenly merges right into my lane, basically as though he was trying to run my car over. And he's in one of these gigantic semi 18-wheeler trucks. I couldn't move into the right lane to get away from him because there was another truck on that side too. So without thinking, I slam on my brakes to avoid being sandwiched between these two giant trucks. Then the guy speeds up again, and I watch as he does the same exact thing to two other cars ahead of me, suddenly veering into their lanes to try to scare them. He's honking, cutting people off, forcing his way through traffic while basically putting people's lives at risk. It was really interesting though, because as I watched this, I started to think about how some people are just constantly looking for a fight, trying to win a race that isn't really real. The same pattern winds up showing up everywhere, in school, at work, even in family life sometimes, and especially in acting. Actors very often feel like they're competing with other actors. Who booked the role? Who signed with the agent from that recent workshop? Who's got more credits, right? But the problem is that when you live with that mindset, your career is just going to become way too exhausting. The thing is, casting directors are not looking for the actor who beat everyone else. Instead, they're looking for the actor who best fits the role. That's it. But so many actors treat auditions and self-tape requests like they're fighting and competing with everyone. And of course, the stress winds up hurting their auditions. In an ideal world, you'd want to slow things down. You want to stop competing against other actors and instead start building systems and measuring the things that you can control. Don't decide your worth by whether you book the job or not. Instead, ask how many self-tape invites did I even get this month? How many projects did I even submit to? Did I get any callbacks? You should work to slowly improve your numbers in each area over time instead of deciding how good you are solely based on the number of bookings you get. Now, it's also extremely important to protect your personal life. Actors who keep strong relationships outside of the industry stay emotionally stable much longer, and that stability winds up leading to more career success anyway. Relaxed actors make bolder choices and are more likely to be remembered in their self-tapes. And here's something interesting to consider, right? So if you become an ultra successful, famous actor, let's say, right? Well, to all the world, you're just another famous person. Think about it. People don't actually care. Just because you're famous and super successful does not mean that suddenly people are going to start caring about you more. In fact, it's often the opposite. I mean, think about it. Do you care more about someone famous just because they're famous? Do you care more about them than about your best friend or your family or your partner? No. They're just another famous person to you, just as you would be to everyone else if you became famous. Even if you are the most loving, amazing person, like many people consider someone like, let's say, Mother Teresa or Gandhi or whatever, right? Tons of people would probably also hate you and disparage you online, even if you're very good and loving to people. Fame and success does not get you more love and caring from people. Most people only care about themselves and the people that they're closest to. The fact is, studies have shown that close relationships and experiences with loved ones are what people remember most at the end of their lives, when they're on their deathbed looking back and thinking about things. So yes, pursue your acting career, build your skills, submit yourself for lots and lots of roles, work towards creating bigger opportunities for yourself. But do not let the race destroy you. You don't need to compete and fight with every other driver on this highway. Sometimes the smartest move is just letting them speed ahead and being okay with that. It doesn't mean you're a failure or you're losing the game of acting or wasting time. It just means that you know what is actually important long term. And you're not going to crash in a race that you never actually needed to win. Well, thanks for listening. Now, if you want to dive even deeper on psychology and building your acting career, I highly recommend checking out a podcast that I did called From Unhireable to 50 Million, the acting comeback of Robert Downey Jr. It's episode number 238. I dive deep on Downey's career and how he went through some really deep lows all the way to insane highs while keeping his cool. Check it out. Again, it's episode number 238, From Unhireable to 50 Million, the acting comeback of Robert Downey Jr. on the Actor's Career Compass. And if you ever want help getting past your stress so you can actively start building a successful career from the ground up, you can learn more at martinbenson.com/coaching. That's MartinBenTsen. So martinbenson.com/coaching. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.